Yeah, I think that, from the very start of when we founded Frontline, the way we think about venture capital is it's a product, right? We're developing a product offering and our customers are entrepreneurs. And, we're trying to figure out effectively what are the services or what are the things that they need the most help with. And then and are we able to deliver that to them? Because, they're our customers. We need them to be choosing us. If we want to get into the best companies, we want to be working with and supporting the best and most ambitious entrepreneurs. We need them to choose us over other venture capital funds. And so we constantly are thinking about what are the biggest challenges they have? What are the things that we can do that add enough value so that they will choose us over another fund? And, the venture capital market is a very competitive space for the top companies. And so in our case, one of the key things that we started when we started the fund was we felt that a lot of the venture capital funds in Europe, most of them really were not thinking globally enough and ambitiously enough. And so we wanted to kind of really set a bar saying, look, the reason why is that a lot of European entrepreneurs struggle to expand into the US. It's an enormous market. It's a very competitive market. And so we wanted to make sure that our portfolio had a really great path and ability for the seed stage to be able to expand into the US. Because realistically, the average customer sizes are bigger. The average lead times are shorter. Corporates are more likely to work with earlier stage companies and take risks. They're, much more risk averse corporates in Europe. And so for us, that was key when we were developing the strategy of Seed Fund 1. We wanted to make sure that we were effectively the gateway. We could reduce that friction to expand into the US. One of the things we started to do as we built all these relationships with the US funds and in the US, we realized that actually, even though there were these incredibly evolved and very big VCs in the US, an area they really weren't helping top US companies with was how to expand into Europe. And when we kind of crunched into the data, realistically, roughly up to 35% of the revenue for B2B companies when they IPO is coming from Europe. And that's an enormous portion of revenue. And if you're thinking about Europe too late, that means that you're just not going to be in a great position to IPO if you're one of these top performing US tech companies. And so we were just amazed that a lot of these huge name VCs were just not putting it on a prior list, didn't have anyone on the team with a skill set. And so that's why recently we launched that specific separate strategy, which we call Frontline X. And that is specifically helping, as you rightly pointed out, growth stage, top tier US companies expand into Europe. And, we think anybody, no matter where you're starting a company, if you want to build, a globally transformational business, you need to be thinking internationally from day one. And so that's just, I think, whatever we continue to do as Frontline, international will always be a core part of it because we know that the most ambitious entrepreneurs are thinking internationally from day one and we can help them accelerate that.